are angry. It's okay.
I'm not angry. Except when you keep repeating, you're angry. And that shit's fucking annoying. Like a fucking gnat at a barbecue. Just bugging the fuck out of me.
Good. I want you to say, I'm angry. It's okay. I'll process my anger. I love myself. Woozah.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking.
And boom, episode 53. Live and direct on a motherfucking Tuesday. And yes, I have yet to learn my lesson. And yes, I got work going on in the background. It's actually around 2:30ish. This is when my kids start coming home from school. So there's going to be that noise. And then in about 2 hours or an hour and 30 minutes, I have an interview. Now, I wasn't going to talk about the interview, but then I was like, I have some other things that I want to talk about. But I was like, let me just throw this interview thing in there because, as I was getting ready. So if you guys are watching, right behind my seat is normally what I wear. It's like a suit jacket and a nice shirt. So when I get on these calls, I look professional, but even though, right now I'm wearing short shorts. So I was getting ready for the interview and I just got like this thing where I'm like, I don't want to do this shit anymore. I'm kind of getting tired of interviews, kind of getting tired of, the whole thing, the companies not paying you money, and you always have to look elsewhere. And it's like, why are you guys not paying to keep the good people? And then you paying for the shitty people. And something I would never understand. I've worked with big companies where I'm like, did they let this person go because they asked for like 10K more? But then they have all these other shitty people working. So I never understood that. But yeah, I'm at that point, right? I'm just like, why can't they just pay me a little more and then I'll shut up? I'll shut up for like a good 2 years, Third year, I might start, poking around some questions, but I want to shut somebody up. But I don't know. I was like, man, I'm going to cancel this thing. I don't want to sit through these things. And then, I actually do fairly well with interviews unless they are asking the stupid interview questions that you got like coming out of college where there's like, name 3 strengths, name 3 weaknesses, name your cousin George or something. I don't know, something stupid. It's just like, how do you just get vibes? I like the interview where we're just talking. We're talking. You can ask about my experience, companies I've been in, what I've did, and just poke at my knowledge, like what systems I use. Just I'd rather you do that than ask these standard questions. And a lot of times, like if anyone's on LinkedIn, you get these recruiters coming after you. That's the questions these recruiters ask, and I find it hard to sit through that. And then like for me, if I'm just not interested or like it's getting rough for me to sit through these questions, that's when I just start, I start being goofy, or I'll just start saying shit that's completely absurd. Like they'll be like, so tell us, a quality that, will benefit you being in this company. I'm like, well, I'm fucking awesome. And then I won't give a shit. I'm like, you came after me because you saw something you liked, and this is me, But yeah, I'm getting to the point. I'm like, damn, man, I don't even want to. I might cancel the shit. I don't even know because like I said, it's an hour, 30 minutes. I don't know. But yeah, I feel like this is gonna be one of those interviews because they were already like poking some questions like, how long have you done this? How long have you done that? I'm like, it's on the fucking resume. Like, read the resume. And then they were like, they always want somebody with all this experience. I'm like, if you read the resume, I've been doing this shit since, I don't know, 16, 17 years old. And if you look at my info, you'd be like, God damn, it's a long time. Just look at it. That's experience right there. So, yeah, I don't know. It's bothering the hell out of me. I'm just like, yeah, so I got that scheduled right after this. So I probably film this, edit it, post it, and then just jump right into the interview, I don't know. If I go. But anyways, I didn't want to talk about that, but I'm just like, I think everybody's getting to that point. I see everybody starting to, wanting change and not putting up with the shit that we used to put up with. I have a few bosses that I'm just like, you guys are out of control, with your requests and your demands and the way you talk to people. I'm just like, nah, not having it. Especially when you get older and you're like, you start knowing your worth. You're just like, nah, okay, listen, you need me more than I need you. Trust me on that. Because you can hire somebody for like 30K and you'll see what happens, and eventually they'll end up leaving when you slowly bump them up and you think, they're going to, you think that they think that they're going to be like, oh man, I got a 10K increase when really they're supposed to be making 40K more. So, it'll eventually catch up and they will end up leaving. But anyway, that's my whole spiel on that shit. But yeah, I was just like, damn, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. So I'm not there. I'm thinking, yeah, if I do end up going in, it's gonna be laughs for me. I'm just gonna, I'm gonna ask the recruiter questions like, how long you been doing this? Did you hire anybody good? Are they staying? Because especially if they don't pick me, I'm like, well, you're a shitty recruiter. But anyway, I didn't want to talk about that. It's just, shit that's going on now. It's going on now because I should have did this on Sunday, but your boy. All right. So things I wanted to talk about. So there were a few, and I don't know which order I'm gonna go in. Let me start with the easy one. Let me do a movie review. This is for my little, my son. All right, so I saw the TMNT movie. I brought the fam. We all watched it. We were gonna do a split. Like me and my son were gonna watch Turtles, and the girls were gonna go watch the Barbie movie. But then the girls heard from the kids in their school the Barbie movie sucked, so they were like, "Let's watch Turtles." All right, so we started watching Turtles, and I'm expecting all the old school shit and how it used to be, and then it's like they're definitely everything they're making now is catering to the new generation, so they're not like even keeping classic stories like let's say if they changed up what's the story everybody knows, I guess, like a Superman, they switched it up. He never came from a planet, he was just born on Earth or something, and they completely turn it around where he didn't have any, he was he was alone on the streets and he was eating cats or some shit. And they completely changed the story, right? So that's what they did with the Turtles. Is like it completely changed everything about like how they learned how to fight, all this stuff, and it was very weird. But I do like some parts of it. I'm like, okay, I get it. It's for the new school. Like there were the references. If you're not a person who watches a lot of TV or even anime, if you don't watch anime, they had like a lot of Attack on Titan references. If some people are just like, what the fuck is that? So if you don't watch those things, you won't understand the references they were talking about. So it's very catered to the new generation. So when I was watching it, there was a lot of stuff where I was just looking at my kids like, what the hell? They were talking about like Riz, and these are all terms the kids are using these days. So I'm just like, man. So I started not to like it. I was just like, nah, this ain't it. Not it. But then I had to think, like, is it good for the new generation? So I started thinking about that way. And I asked my kids, like, how do they like it? And like I didn't like the fact that they went to high school. It's like that is fucking crazy. Like I liked it how they were like they fought crime, they went back in the sewer. This one, they're going to high school, they got fucking homework, and it's just like, what the fuck? And we're just always be like, yeah, makes sense. But yeah, I get what they were doing, trying to be all inclusive, don't discriminate against anyone. So, but if you were in fucking school and you saw four giant fucking turtles walking and talking, it'd be a different story, right? But yeah, it was things like that. I'm like, they're going to school, and then all the bad guys are good. So like, I grew up Bebop and Rocksteady, classic characters. They were always bad. Now in this film, they're good, and every other villain is good. So it's like right now, like, I mean, I don't even have to say spoiler alert. If you, there was no Shredder in this one, but at the end, it was like, oh, so if they do make a next one, if this movie makes any money, it's gonna be Shredder, right? But yeah, it was like, and then I think who killed it for me was Ice Cube. He was this villain called Superfly or Superfly, and I didn't like it one bit. Like he killed the movie to me. Every time he spoke, I was like, oh man, Ice Cube, you're killing this shit. And he'd be like, yeah, those my cousins, yo. And I'm like, oh, that was just like a arrow to the heart. I'm like, every time he spoke, I was just like, nope, I'm out. I just wanted to like cover my ears. And like I actually turned away, like that did anything. Every time he spoke, I turned away and I looked at my kids and I was just like, Jesus, where have we gone to? But yeah, he was just acting Ice Cube. It was just, damn, I'm like, you can't pretend to be a damn fly or something, like something different. He'd be like, yeah, there's my nephews over there. You know what they doing. And I'm like, oh God. So things like that, it just kind of brought the movie all the way down. But yeah, like I was just like, I get it. And yeah, and then like Master Splinter, there was a thing going on with that. Listen, I love Jackie Chan. I love Jackie Chan in a few things. I love him as a, stunt worker too, but I didn't think he was made a good voice for Splinter. I don't think, you know. But maybe I gotta watch it again. In the time, I was just like, nah. I started checking out. But yeah, all in all, it was alright. It was all right. It's just remember we got to get out of the old times because that's what they're doing to everything now. They're just changing it to like fit this new era. So you got to think of it like that. I'm like, we probably hate it because we know the original story. We know how things are supposed to be. And, for the kids who didn't grow up on it and they're just learning about it. So I guess it's good for them. But yeah, that was my review on that. I mean, I still want to see the Barbie movie. Everybody's like, why would you want to watch that? I'm like, I have to see what the hell the whole big point of it is. Also, like they said something with Ken's private parts, and I'm just like, I heard private parts, and I'm like, I'm all in. So, all right. I think I ended the last one with Gordon Ramsay shows. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna say. He has too many goddamn shows. That's what I said. Yeah, I did say that last one. All right. Now, I think I had a list. Let me see if I still have this list. Would have been great if I was prepared, but we know I'm never prepared. Yes, I do have this list. All right. Now, is it gonna load? Is a question. All right. So before I start shitting on him, I'm a huge Gordon Ramsay fan. I've always, ever since I got introduced to him, I liked him. I liked the insults and shit. But I liked him on certain shows, and then it just went everywhere. I mean, he was doing shit that has nothing to do with cooking. Like he had one with hotels. Like he went into hotels and told them, how they should run a hotel. I'm like, I don't really know this guy. I don't know what he does. I don't know if he has extra businesses, but I'm like, what the fuck do you know about running a hotel? You know what I mean? I mean, there's basics where everybody be like, you should do this and this and this. I'm like, what the fuck does he know about running a hotel? But he would act like he was the hotel connoisseur, like he knew everything about how the hotel should be run. And then he started doing other things like that. And I'm like, I'm not it. Now he has this new one that he wants to invest in somebody's business. And it's just weird hearing him. Like he never changes like his tone. So it's like that same tone gets carried over. Like here's the things that I liked him in. I liked him in Hell's Kitchen. I liked him in Kitchen Nightmares. And what was the last one? I think Master Chef. I think those are the three. And all the other shit is just too much. I think I started liking next level chef where they're on like the 3 tiers. And then I like that one. But yeah, all that other extra shit is just like how much motherfucking Gordon Ramsay can you get? You know what I mean? It's like he's becoming The Rock. Him and The Rock are like on everything. Like Gordon Ramsay's on every fucking show, and then The Rock's in every fucking movie. So I'm starting to get tired of these guys, and I used to like these guys a lot. I used to like The Rock a lot. I used to like Gordon Ramsay a lot. Now I'm just like I'm getting over these two because they're on everything. Every time I turn on TV, it's MasterChef Kids, MasterChef UK, MasterChef this, and then Hotel Hell, and Gordon Outdoor, and like it's the same shit. I'm like, how much time am I gonna watch this guy cook a steak, cook eggs, and then he's cooking the same things too. If you really look at it, he's cooking the exact same things. So it's just like, all right, man, I'm tired of you telling me, you know, how a steak is ready, which I think is still bullshit because I've cooked many a steak and this fucking palm method that, they all say, like these chefs are saying, they're like, if you touch here on your palm, that's medium rare. that's well done. And I'm like, I tried that bullshit, and the steak feels the fucking same, and it doesn't feel like no part of my palm. So I don't know how their palms are, but yeah, I do that method, and my steaks always come out fucked up. If you just use a meat thermometer, boom, you got it. But yeah, that method never fucking works. So don't follow them. But this means medium rare. I'm like, no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Touch there on your palm, and then touch your steak. I bet you the fucking temperature won't come out right. Oh man. But yeah, I'm it's come too much. Like he keeps popping up on my Hulu. I'm just like, how do you like suggest less of this shit? Because I'm kind of getting over that. But anyways, that was my Gordon Ramsay thing because he is getting on my goddamn nerves. He's on my TikTok too. I'm seeing him cook the same things. He cooks steak, he cooks salmon, he does his whatever he's famous for. I'm just blanked out. His beef Wellington, I seen him cook that a gazillion times. So I'm just like, okay, we're kind of past that. You know what's I'm into, and I think I said this too. I did mention this, but so I'm not gonna bring it. I'm just gonna say, Only Murders in the Building was a show that I didn't think was gonna be good, and I'm all in on that show. I love Steve Martin and Martin Short, and then Selena Gomez. That combo, I liked it all. So right now I'm into that show, and then there's some shows that I have right now that just don't come out yet. I'm waiting for these cartoons and what's the show? The Boys. I like The Boys. The cartoon Invincible. I'm waiting for that to come out. What else? That's about it. Jesus, I don't have much. Oh, this wasn't a topic, but since we have time, I love this show on Netflix. So I have nothing to watch, as you just heard. I just named like 2 shows. Um, it suggested something. It was suggested this show called Suits, and I heard the Suits long time ago. Just never watched one fucking episode. Right? I watched it. I am all in on this show Suits, and I'm just like, how come no one has ever told me about Suits? I am so into that damn show. Like, I'm glad it has 8 seasons, maybe 9 seasons, I think. But right now I'm season 2, and I love every bit of that show. I love all the characters. Harvey, Mike, Louis Litt. Um, what is Meghan Markle's character? I don't even know. I didn't even know who Meghan Markle was. I didn't even know she was in she was an actor. I didn't even know. I thought she was just that princess lady or whatever. So I was just like, what the hell? When I saw her in the show, I'm like, who the fuck? That girl is familiar. Where I know her from? And then I'm like, oh yeah, that's where she's from. But yeah, I don't know why no one ever told me about that show. Maybe nobody's onto it. So I'm gonna say watch Suits. For anybody who hasn't watched Suits, watch it. It's like it's addicting. I was actually talking to my sister on the weekend, and she was like, "Have you seen Suits?" Because I think that's what Netflix is doing. It's like putting that up there like as a good show to watch. And I'm like, man, I'm all in. Like I have to take a pause on it right now, but I can't wait to resume watching that shit. So it's good. Suits. I hope it stays good. Like right now, it's on this like good roller coaster. But this shit is 8 seasons, and I don't know how much episodes it's per season. Maybe 20 episodes per season. So yeah, it's an old show, but shit, it's good. I mean, I was late on it. All these shows like Breaking Bad. I saw it when the fucking thing was like almost over. I got into it, and Better Call Saul. I mean, there's so many shows like that I joined late and end up loving the hell out of it. But yeah, so Suits. Watch Suits, guys. Watch Suits. Damn, that completely threw me off. I wasn't expecting to talk about Suits. What else I got here? How many Gordon Ramsay shares? Sleep. Did I talk about sleep? I'm gonna put that as like I might have talked about that. Yeah. No, I'm not putting that in there. We're gonna leave because I think I talked about sleep. What I do have on here is so here's what I wrote down. Dudes in high school / college, past glory days, used to get girls, now they look funny. Uh, and what's terrible? I actually have some friends from my school who actually download and listen to this. So it's kind of fucking hilarious that I'm talking about this, but yeah, I went down like there was a day I got bored, right? So I was on Facebook. I was thinking actually about deleting it. I was like, I forget, I gotta post like, some funny vids, because I'm trying to get out there. But I was thinking about deleting it, and then I saw one of my old classmates. I'm not gonna name no names here, because yeah, like I said, I know some who listen. So I saw one of my old classmates. I'm like, damn, and he completely changed. And what I saw was I was just like, so I did a deep dive. I was like, hey, I wonder how's he doing. So I looked in his page, and he got bigger. His face shape changed completely. I'm just like, what the hell happened? Did you like fucking get a fish stuck in your face? Like his face shape completely changes. Not because he gained weight either. It's just weird. Anyway, I should be talking, right? I must have been through like 70 changes. I'm like Jonah Hill. I get big, I get small, I get big, I get small. Anyway, I was looking into his thing, and then I was looking into his life and who he ended up with, if he had kids and stuff. And I'm just like, I'm looking, I'm like, well, I mean, the apple fell far from the tree because this motherfucker used to be like a Rico Suave and he used to get all the girls and all the girls used to be around him. And now you look at him, I'm like, there ain't no girl gonna want to be around you now. It's so fucked up. It's so fucked up. And they can say the same shit to me, but it's true. Like, but I was never this fucking character back then, I was no fucking Rico Suave. I think I stood the same consistently. But yeah, there was all these dudes who, used to be surrounded by women. And they had, as all these kids are saying, they had the Riz. They used to say whatever they want, get whoever they want. And now I'm just like, oof, times were tough for you, huh? Like, thank God you had it good back in the day, because right now it looks like times are rough. But yeah, I was just doing that, and it just led me to like a deep rabbit, because he was friends with other friends from my class. So then I started going to their pages and then going to their pages, and I was just like, at the end of all that, it sounds fucked up, but I was like, eh, I feel kind of good about myself. Shit ain't that bad, I always think shit. I'm like the worst, but I'm like shit. Maybe shit wasn't that bad as I thought it was. Because if you ask me like how I turned out compared to all my other friends, I would have said like probably I'm the worst. But no, no, I'm sitting pretty well. So and thanks. And I would say their names, but I'm not gonna be an asshole. But I should be an asshole because a lot of these friends were kind of assholes to people. They were like dicks and they weren't really liked in school. So I don't know. Maybe one day. But yeah, I thought that shit was hilarious. I was just like, oh wow, look at you. Oh wow. Tough. Huh? Tough. Oh man. It's terrible. I can't believe I wrote that shit. No lie. I wrote this right. As soon as I saw it, I wrote it. What else we got? I wanted to talk about like I need to find someone who's single out there. I need somebody who's single and who doesn't mind talking on the camera. You know, I mean, you can talk on the camera, probably won't get watched on the camera, but there are a lot of downloads coming in. Thank God, knock on wood. Thank you guys for still downloading. But yeah, I want somebody who's single. I want to know. I put dating now, how dating now is. So I want to hear stories of that nature. I have somebody. She lives freaking far, but I would have brought her on, and I'm pretty sure she has some funny fucking stories about dating. But yeah, I'm curious to know like how crazy it is. I wrote that one while I was in a restaurant. And I was watching, you know how like people you just seeing people just meeting. You're like, oh, this is their first date. So I kind of saw that, and then I saw the nerves, and then I saw the awkward conversations. It's like, or you start talking, and then you just completely stop because it's just like you're thinking about what else to say to keep convo going, and that doesn't necessarily mean it's going bad. Sometimes you get somebody who doesn't really talk that much, and then you're looking into it bad. You're like, damn, we can't have a conversation, so this is not gonna work. Turns out she doesn't like talking. I used to be like that too. They'll ask me something, psh, cut them off, and then after I just started becoming like a chatty Cathy. I couldn't stop talking, but yeah, I have moments too where I'm just like I want to take in more, so I let you talk, so I'm taking in all the info. But yeah, I'm curious to that. Curious to that. And I still want to do that. Like, I will have guests on here. It's just a matter of coordinating, a matter of me getting this, room prepped for it. A couple different things, but yeah, I need that. I need that. I need live feedback would also be awesome. I mean, I was just watching the ones I did. I did one with my nephew. I did one with my Haitian bro. Um, I did one from my other bro from New Jersey. So and I remember, those are good when it's feedback and live. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. Gonna do that. But what else we got? I don't want to jump into something that is gonna take longer than 30 minutes. I will talk about. So tell you what I'll talk about next because I got like 3 minutes. So what I will talk about next episode is there's this guy I follow on TikTok, and I like what he's doing. You know how I was making fun of the people who go up to you and like kiss or slap. So this guy, he goes up to women and he asks, "What's your biggest ick?" And this is a new thing. This is the you know before it was like, "What's your love language?" And then you know you heard it once, and now you hear it all the fucking time. Everybody's asking you what your love language is. Now it's ick. What's your biggest ick, right? And I love what he did. Like I'm following this. Like I don't know his name, so the next one, I'll put his name up. We'll play some of his stuff. But he started writing a list of all the things that women said are their biggest icks, and it turns out like there's so much room for error where you guys gotta like really watch out. Like there's so many icks that women have with men, and I'm just like I wanted to compare that to if men have any icks. I know like like usual ones, like if you're not a smoker and a girl's a smoker, you're like, I don't like smokers. Things like that. I know some guys who hate women who have tattoos. So I thought that was crazy. But yeah, there's guys who hate women who have tattoos. But things like that. So I think the guys list is of course shorter, but I could be wrong. But yeah, the women's list is almost impossible. You're bound to just make her go, yuck, I don't like this man anymore. So yeah, so that'll be on the next episode. We'll go over those icks. Then I'll comment on those. There was so many. There was like 80 of them. So, I'll pick out a good few that make me laugh. And yeah, we'll do that. But anyways, guys, I got to get back to work. I got to get this interview going. So, as always, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And I will see you on the next one. Later.
Oh, don't be angry.
I'm not angry. I think it's funny.